Have you ever walked into a room, met someone for the very first time, and instantly felt something wasn't right? No evidence, no proof, no logical explanation, just a feeling. Most people ignore that feeling. Scorpio doesn't. And that's one of the reasons Scorpio can seem almost impossible to fool. Because while everyone else is listening to what people say, Scorpio is paying attention to what people reveal. And those are not the same thing. Most people believe they understand others through conversation. They listen to words, stories, promises, opinions, explanations. Scorpio listens too. But Scorpio is listening for something deeper, something hidden beneath the words, the truth. And the strange thing is, the truth almost always leaks out. People think they hide themselves well. Most don't. In fact, human beings reveal themselves constantly, through body language, through emotional reactions, through inconsistencies, through energy, through the tiny moments they don't realize anyone is watching. Scorpio notices those moments. That's why so many people leave a conversation with Scorpio feeling slightly uncomfortable. Not because Scorpio said anything, not because Scorpio judged them, because they felt seen. And being truly seen can be uncomfortable, especially if you're hiding something. Think about the average conversation. One person is talking. The other person is waiting for their turn to speak. That's how most conversations work. But Scorpio often does something different. Scorpio observes. The pause before the answer. The change in eye contact. The forced smile. The nervous laugh. The contradiction between words and behavior. While everyone else focuses on the story, Scorpio studies the storyteller. And that's where the real information exists. Imagine two people telling you the exact same thing. The same words, the same promises, the same explanation. Most people hear identical messages. Scorpio doesn't. Because Scorpio understands that communication is more than words. Sometimes the truth lives inside hesitation. Sometimes the truth lives inside avoidance. Sometimes the truth lives inside emotion. And emotion is very difficult to fake consistently. That's why Scorpio becomes fascinated by people. Human beings are walking mysteries. Everyone has secrets. Everyone has fears. Everyone has hidden motivations. Everyone has wounds. Everyone has desires they rarely admit out loud. Scorpio wants to understand those things. Not because they're trying to control people, because they're trying to understand reality. And reality exists beneath the surface. This is where many people misunderstand Scorpio completely. They think Scorpio is suspicious, negative, overly intense. But often Scorpio is simply observant. They're noticing details others overlook. The details that eventually explain everything. Think about how often people tell you exactly who they are. Not directly, indirectly. A small comment, a careless joke, a repeated behavior, a reaction to disappointment, a reaction to success. Tiny clues, tiny windows into character. Most people miss them. Scorpio doesn't. Because Scorpio knows character matters. More than charm, more than appearances, more than popularity. Character predicts behavior, and behavior predicts outcomes. That's why Scorpio can often tell who someone really is long before everyone else catches on. Sometimes this feels like a blessing. Sometimes it feels like a curse. Because seeing people clearly isn't always comfortable. Sometimes Scorpio notices red flags while everyone else sees green lights. Sometimes Scorpio notices manipulation while everyone else sees confidence. Sometimes Scorpio notices dishonesty while everyone else sees charm. And when nobody else sees it, Scorpio often stays quiet, not because they doubt themselves, because experience has taught them something. Eventually, the truth reveals itself. Always. And when it does, people usually ask the same question. How did you know? The answer is surprisingly simple. Scorpio was paying attention. While everyone else was looking at what they wanted to see, Scorpio was looking at what was actually there. And that's where their greatest advantage begins.